All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another Invincible versus video. So today on the Evo FGC channel, they uploaded a behind the scenes, and I'm hoping that we get a little bit more information on the game. Maybe we see some new gameplay footage that we haven't seen yet. So I haven't watched this yet, but obviously the Invincible versus game was announced yesterday, and everyone is really excited for this. It has a lot of backing from a lot of the FGC, and it's even been play tested for years, and getting the development team has been getting feedback for years from people like Maximilian and a bunch of other people. So this game has so much potential. All right, let's check this out. By the way, leave a like on the video.
Had enough yet?
If you're excited for Invincible versus. That's actually a great name.
I trusted you.
It's simple, it's easy to understand, it's a versus game.
Invincible is best suited for
All
a
right,
fighting
so
game.
before we dive deep in here, I just want to point this out. So all this footage that we're seeing is pre-alpha footage. So this footage is really old. So some things might look a little rough around the edges, but that's because it's pre-alpha footage.
Invincible is best suited for a fighting game, in my opinion.
Let's do this!
You're like, damn, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
These guys were able to execute lightning in a bottle in a way that I've never seen in the industry before.
We're gonna have to come back.
The shit is so good.
This is actual. So hold on, before we I just want to check out the UI. So this is actually the UI. I want to check out the one at the beginning.
You're like, damn, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
We get to see the life bars. Here we go. So this is the UI for the game. You have your 3 different life bars. What else do you have? You just have the name at the top. You have meter down below. You have numbers here, probably for super attacks. This is a pretty solid UI so far. It's easy to understand, pretty simple. All right, let's keep it going. By the way, the block stun sound effect and just the block stun effect in general,
These guys were able to execute
pretty
lightning in a
satisfying
bottle
already.
in a way that I've never seen in the industry before.
The shit is so good.
I'm gonna try not to pause too much, but
I can't wait for
I'm excited,
the fans to
man.
play
I'm
this game.
excited. This game
Not
looks
your
great.
son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I love you, Eve. If you make me hurt you,
Intros.
I'm not holding back.
Oh yes.
My first impressions of playing Invincible Versus was a huge moment for me. Oh yeah. I've had a lot of really cool experiences. I've been on sets and watched my comics get turned into TV shows. But to see the characters of
Neck
Invincible in a fighting
Damn,
game,
it is bloody
I don't know,
as hell.
it was so magical and so exciting. I cried.
Look how bloody it is, man. Obviously, it fits the show, but I'm like, wow, there's a lot of red jelly flying on screen. Whoa, is that the actual speed?
Be it the comic or the show, is the insane and absolutely brutal fights. It's kind of our marquee thing, and we do these absolutely
Oh, shit,
epic
I didn't
battles
expect
that
that.
you experience on your couch that hopefully are blowing you away. But
I
this
will
game
watch the show
is
for
really
sure.
the first time that you can actually experience these and feel them as you're living them. And to be honest, some of the fights in the game can get kind of more intense than the things that we've been able to accomplish in the show, which is really exciting.
Oh, is that the assist
It's
breaker
something that
mechanic
dials
right
up
there?
the intensity of action, the intensity of violence, the intensity of combat. And to me, one of the most impactful things in a fighting game is your first impression. And that's the thing that my brain always goes to. Like when you press buttons, when you do stuff, what is the response?
Dude, this big dude.
Oh my god, that is
Max
just
said
crazy.
that he's
And yeah,
been
watching a character
giving
you know, a
feedback on the
3v3
game for
fighter
years
with
already.
so much gore. That's like the first thing that was like, wow, this is different. This is something I've never seen before.
Like most fighting games nowadays, you don't have the opportunity to create something completely new, right? Most of these fighting games that exist, they're very high in the iterative number of whatever their series is. And if you deviate from that too much, the fan base kind of revolts against you. They're like, dude, that's not my same game that I'm going to be
That's
liking. But
100%
in this
true.
opportunity we can do whatever we want.
Look what
right?
happened with
I think what the
MK1 and the
FGC is
cameo
looking
system,
for
right?
kind of similar to what other people are looking for. It's just like, give me something new. Give me something I haven't seen before. Especially people that are fans of Invincible, they're gonna be like, oh wow, I've never seen it in this light.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
That chick looks awesome. One of my favorite characters that I've seen from these.
I'm the narrative director on the project. That means that it's my responsibility to make sure that this game is a kick-ass story, that all the characters sort of like shine through, feel authentic to the Invincible universe.
Cower before me, half-breed. Still is ready on a full-blood Viltrumite.
There's a lot of fighting and a lot of matchup that are really cool. It really works as a fighting game, but I think the coolest thing about it is that there's a lot of matchups that never really occurred in the comic or the television show.
And they're gonna have an original
you actually
story,
get to
too.
see those in a fighting game, which is really exciting to me.
Building this game, it was critical to be authentic to the IP. So when you take a character from the show or for the comics and you examine their personality, like the way that they move, the way they react to others, you look at what are the opportunities where I can translate that and really amplify it. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll break down scenes. We'll look at like, would they move like that? Does Mark have that ability? Would he do that thing? How would he respond to someone if they defeated one of his teammates? How would he introduce himself to someone new that he's never met before? Or someone he's quite familiar with, who he thinks is, you know, downright fucking evil? Sorry for the F-bomb.
One of the things that I found it most challenging in terms of figuring out our characters and environments.
Wow, it
is
actually looks pretty fast.
How we make them feel unique. We do want the characters to have the same sort of body type, the same overall proportions, the same silhouette. But then at that point, when you get to that baseline, it's a question of how do I build upon it? How do I add those
What do you
secondary
guys think about the art direction?
details, from the rips in the
I think it looks
clothes
great.
to the blood stains to the smaller details in the hair and the facial features. We want it to feel like Mark through and through. And that's exactly why it's exciting, because it's a challenge.
Skybound is a really hands-on company, and it just adds a level of authenticity that I think is kind of
Hey, shout out to the Xbox
So we're still
One
putting some
controllers,
polish on it, but
Xbox Series X controllers.
That's probably gonna
That's
be
what's
one
up.
of the bigger ones that we do.
Best
We really
controller
wanted
to
stand
play
out
with
That's
any
amazing.
fighting game.
I got the
Xbox controller,
Skybound,
guys.
and I was catching up with Mike Willett, and I just said, what was the happiest time in your career? And he said, working on Killer Instinct, Double Helix Games, making a fighter with the most talented people we know.
I said, hey, Patrick, I want to start another studio. And I want to work on combat, fighting games, things that we love, things that are part of like our DNA.
And he's like, that's my dream. That's what I want to do.
We decided to call the studio Quarter Up. It pays homage to an era that we came from, like the arcade era. But it's really a statement that says like, we're here and we're up for the challenge. We got next.
I've been working with Mike Willett, REP. I just watched season 1 of
The
Invincible.
Killer Instinct
because he had mentioned,
developers from
maybe you should watch this. And I was like, the
2013.
characters are there. They're amazing
Working on this
characters.
game.
They're characters that are going to really shine in a fight game. And so for us, that was a lot of the hard work is kind of, that part had been done already with the IP. Now we just need to make it. And so we started reaching out to everybody.
That's actually in this game too. In a 3v3 game, you sort of like can touch the opponent once,
Ground balance.
and they're toast, man. It's just it's kaputski for that character. I really dig the fact that there's so much defense and offensive options in this game. But the commitment to having a full 3v3 tag fighter from, you know, a developer that hasn't done that
movement.
before leads me to hope there's going to be a whole bunch of new concepts and things we haven't seen.
The process of building this team,
We're gonna have to go back
it's been fun.
back
But
to
it
watch
wasn't
that
just
little
getting a
sequence
bunch
right
of all
there.
the old heads back together again. It's finding new blood, people that either are tied to the FGC or hyper talented and really passionate about their work and what they do and about the IP.
Fan art is actually how I got this gig. As an artist, I'm always gravitate towards characters that I find interesting. My relationship with Invincible was pretty much love at first sight, both in terms of the characters, but also just the animated sequences, storytelling, the world, everything just felt super unique. And one of the things I'm most excited about this role is the opportunity to take these established characters that you've seen in the comic and you've seen in the show and find a way to make them feel like an inherent part of the game that we're creating without jeopardizing what made them so great to begin with.
I've been a fan of Invincible since I was
I just wanted to see like
young.
a full match.
Not that I'm old now, but I've been a fan of Invincible forever. And
I wanna
I've
see a
been
full
reading these
match
comics,
between
like,
devs.
since the beginning.
And just see the
I just
full
know them
potential
like
of
the
the
back
game.
of my hand. And so there's all these like little tidbits and things that I'll pick up on that you might not even ever think about. And so a lot of times people are coming to me with questions like, where Mark can bleed from? Like, does Mark bruise? How much blood can we have? Like, where is that blood coming from? It's usually the orifices. It's always the orifices.
Mark, action. Is that right? I don't know. Never got to do that before. I've done a lot of weird stuff, but not that. How I got involved with Invincible Versus is a pretty crazy story.
Mike here, Dave, also with Dave, and we're going to be doing an FGC first look, very first look with Rip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rip is in the house.
I got invited over to Mike's house, like it wasn't like a studio or something. So I go over to his house, I knock on the door, he opens it up, I walk in, they have a TV set up there, and it just says Invincible on. I was like, oh, damn, we're doing Invincible.
Have you seen, dude?
Oh my God. I saw it super duper early. Like, you have to understand, it did not look anything like it looks now. So originally when I first played it, there was only 2 characters. It was just Mark and Eve, and it was supposed to be attack fighters, 3-on-3s. And then I remember I went home and I came back for the next test, and I was like, you know, I had this shower thought where I was like, you guys are the KI devs. Why don't you guys bring some of KI into attack fighters? Because that's never been done. So then the next one I get a DM from Mike Willett. He's like, this could work. He's like, you should apply.
He has a little blood again. Which is like so missing in all the T-fighter games in general.
I'll take a sip of water when I goddamn feel like I need to take a sip of water. I don't need you.
I want to see more.
When
I want to see. I want to see full gameplay. I know that, you know, obviously there's like a behind-the-scenes kind of thing, but we're getting a lot of gameplay. It's just in different snippets, so it's kind of gonna be hard to go back and check out some of the gameplay
Invincible
parts.
game that we've ever done. This is a huge.
But we are getting a
that
bunch of
has
new
a
gameplay.
ton of really complex work being put into it to make it the biggest and best Invincible game ever.
So we're trying to put all of what we got into the game. Every dollar gets spent into making the game better. We love the world that's been created by Robert, Corey, and Ryan. And everyone understands the mission, like what we're trying to do. Like, and just bringing their A game, bringing their talent, like every day. We want this to be a tournament quality game that's played for years and years to come.
She has some pillars, huh?
So the way that we look at it is it has to have compelling systems and gameplay and hype moments.
Hold on. Just because it's hard to, like, you know, pinpoint specific things, right? Because there's so much gameplay and there's a lot of new gameplay, but it's
like
scattered all over the place.
Like,
I want to check out
and
this,
just bringing
this
their A game,
combo
bringing their
breaker
talent,
system
like every
thing.
day.
They
We
do
want
it
this
right
to be
here.
a tournament quality game that's played.
Oh, so this CM right here that you see below the hits, that's the combo meter that we heard Rips talking about in yesterday's video with the IGN interview. And that is your combo meter. So it doesn't matter what you do, how many bounces you get, how many launchers you get, as long as that combo meter doesn't hit 0, you are going to be able to continuously keep your opponent in a combo. And when you use an assist, it actually refills it a little bit. And that's where the combo breaker mechanic comes into play.
For years and
so
years
as she's doing her combo, it starts going down, but obviously, you know, she completely whooped her right there.
The way that we look at it is it
All right, so this is going to be the combo breaker here. There you go. Assist breaker is what they're going to be calling it.
System.
So I'm wondering how the mechanic is actually going to come into play.
We want this to be a tournament quality game that's played for years and years to come. So the way that we look at it is it has to have compelling
Assist breaker
system.
I wonder if this is even the same mechanic that they were talking about. It doesn't seem like she used it doesn't seem like player 1 uses any meter or anything like that, so I think this is part of that assist breaker system that they were talking about. So I guess if you make the right read, and I don't know how it's going to work. I actually haven't played KI 2013, but the assist breaker comes out, it completely breaks the combo.
It has to have.
Wow, that was sick right here. Hold on. The video's almost over anyway, so kind of just wanted to check out some of this gameplay here at the end, because this is really cool right here. You call in the assist is actually doing a 3-hit, 4-hit combo string, and then you hit him with the launcher.
It has to have art that is not just evocative of the IP, but will stand the test of time on its own. When the FGC gets their hands on the game, what I hope happens is they get a ton of excitement. They get to see familiar faces that they want to dig into. And critically, I hope they go, oh, I want to lab this game. I want to lab this game for hours. That would make me so happy. It's not just the hype and excitement from like doing big combos or the brutality, but for them to really want to dig into the systems that are there, because I think that's what's going to keep them there for the long haul.
Oh, that was sick. That was sick.
And I don't mean just satisfied or like, oh, that's great. It's like, no, it's got to be fantastic. It's got to blow people's socks off.
Just fucking die!
All right. So that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it's kind of, there's like so much gameplay sprinkled in between all this. I forgot where it was that I wanted to kind of come back and check out. There's like a section around here. Maybe it was like around here or something.
He's working on another fighting game. It's kind of like a dream come true. That put together one of the most impossible games, now one of the most well-received fighting games of all time. He's working on another fighting game.
Oh man, so sick.
It's kind of like a dream come true.
Groundbound. So this looked like a little active tag mechanic right here. Yeah, comes in, active tag. I wonder if, wait, we could actually see it. If it costs meter to do an active tag. Let's see, who is it that, it's the girl. Doesn't seem like it costs meter to do the active tag, right? No, it doesn't. It's just if the person doesn't guess right on the assist that you're going to call, then you could do whatever you want with them. And I think that's it with the gameplay portion of it. Oh, here's a little bit more. Ooh, sickness. Damn. All right, so these are like the overkills, right? So you finished off the life bar. You finish off the life bar. And you perform the overkill attack, which completely disintegrates the opponent's body. Oh, so the combo meter actually starts from 0 and starts filling up. So once it fills up, then that's when you're going to start hitting your limit on combos. Boom. Ground bounce. And then what? This is your super move? How much meter does this cost? 1 bar of meter? All right, 1 bar of meter, ground bounce. Boom, you hit him with the super. And then since the opponent's life bar is at 0, the super move turns into this overkill. And this said active tag. All right, so the opponent ends up dying and then active tag. I guess this is just the character comes in here. Unless you could actually, even if you die, you could tag in your character at a specific time. Is that how that's going to work? Because she actually appears in the air right there. There's nothing. Yeah, your opponent doesn't use anything, or player 2 doesn't really use anything. I think it's just the active tag is just the opponent coming in. Huh, so right here, Invincible had, what, 4 bars of meter on his side? I assume that, what, 4 is going to be the max, 5 is going to be the max. And this chick has her meter right here. Does another overkill. Overkill. Finish. All right. Anyway, yeah, there's so much gameplay. I'll probably like go back and check some of these things out a little bit more later on. But yeah, we got a bunch of new gameplay here. We got some behind the scenes for Invincible Versus. By the way, like I said at the beginning, great name. Absolutely great name. Because I love the new Marvel game, but Marvel Tokon sounds kind of, I don't know. I don't understand the name. Maybe there's something behind it. But Invincible Versus, you know what the hell you're talking about. But Marvel Tokon and Invincible Versus, obviously 2XKO, all coming out in 2026. Absolutely insane. year for tag team based fighting games. And also the contrast between both of these games is pretty crazy. Obviously, you have the ultra violent Invincible game, and then you have the very Arc System Works stylized Marvel characters, which both of them work insanely well. The designs on the Marvel characters from Arc System, so good. And then you have the Invincible game, being developed by the original KI team from 2013. This is so much potential for this game, and I really, really, really hope that they hit a home run with it, because yeah, this game looks like it has the potential to be really, really amazing. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about it and maybe seeing some in-depth on the mechanics, and hopefully seeing some developer matches where the devs actually play against each other in like a high-level gameplay and to show off the potential of the game. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know you guys are excited for the Invincible versus game. I am too, because I love my tag team based fighting games, and especially ones with unique things. Like this one is going to have the combo breaker mechanic, or I guess they call it assist breaker mechanic, ultra violent like Mortal Kombat. It's going to be awesome. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.